Okay, this is the DeWalt T-Stack system, storage system. Very nice product on a number of levels. Really, really nice. This one comes in as 2 boxes with 2 trays. But it also comes with a, I would class as a shallow toolbox. Let me just open it up. So these are all my tools that I'm using, and it's not very deep, but it's not too bad. I mean, I think they do another one which is more of a bucket type system, and you know, there's the inside, and it's got these little clips here which are quite sturdy. I used to have a Stanley, and the clips on a Toolstation which had 3, you know, you could break it down into toolbox, little compartment, and then a bucket. All 3, the clips on one side completely went of these. These ones are much more sturdier, really hard plastic. I'm sure the Stanley ones you could probably get their clips, but they weren't very strong. These ones are strong. I mean, as you can see here, they are really, they do clasp well. And then they fold down. You can stack something else on top of this. Really, really, I like this product on a number of levels. But here's the problem. Yes, as everything, there is always going to be a problem. Today I was doing a job. Luckily I was doing a sort of repair, quick repair on a doorbell, the more advanced doorbells. And so I'd already done it. It was faulty, and I was replacing it. So I didn't need, luckily, too many tools. Oh yeah, sorry, these are metal clamps. I'm sure at some point, I wish they'd make this in metal rather than, but this is quite strong plastic, actually. Yeah, on both sides. So, you know, they should last. But I wish it'd be metal with metal so that it'd last a bit longer. But anyway, it is what it is. But it seems to have got a really good, strong, you know, strong, fast, you know, quite tough. It's made of really not too bad plastic. You can take out the inlays, as you can see. They come out if you need. So, and that's quite cool. There were some more that were here, so you can pop. Yeah, there's the groove here. I don't know if you can see that yet. That's the groove where you can put some more inlays, and this is the groove that you can take it out completely. Now, this does split, as you can see. You can do that, and then you can do that. So you can take that, and it comes out, and then, sorry, just got to close it then. Then you can take it, lift it, and there you go. Another separate toolbox, which is really, really cool. So if you're on a job you don't need the top bit, you can just use this small one, and it makes things a lot easier from a carrying point of view. Okay, so this is the reason why I like it. You can separate things fairly easily. These are not cheap. When I got them, they were on special offer, and they've been dropped down by 20 quid. But So at the price I bought them, still fairly high from my point of view, because, you know, as a, you know, if you're a self-employed person, you want good quality tools. You don't want really cheap nonsense, but you want reasonably priced tools for what you're getting. So I just bit the bullet and just paid that a little bit extra for what I was seeing was quality. I think most these are usually quite well made. I think a lot of companies have this type of standard, which is always nice, slidey type thing. Now, today I was doing a job I fixed it, it's done, but disaster. And yes, disaster. I opened this drawer up, and when I opened this drawer, got what I needed, bang, 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 and then went to close it. Will not shut. This, unfortunately, will not shut. And I've seen the reason why. Because these ridges, I've got some screws in this bottom one, little tiny screws, but I've also got my cutters, fairly long nose pliers, cutters in the bottom here, but not a huge amount, and screwdrivers. So I've got a set of screwdrivers and stuff I put in the bottom here, and here was all some other bits and pieces, because I do comms and other, you know, small electrical stuff. And, you know, this has worked reasonably well since I bought it. Looks a bit of a problem there. There's a quite a big gap there. Now, so I couldn't get to this bottom part. So luckily, I've got another set of tools, and I was able to use the screwdrivers from there. In the meantime, can't shut it. And I don't know what it is until I can do one of two things. I can attempt to try and open it, prise it open, wiggle it about. But why should I have to do that? This should be better designed. Those ridges, what are they doing there? They give strength. The trouble is, if someone's going to say, oh, the instructions say don't overfill it, don't put too many tools, what's the point? What's the point of this then? What is the point of this particular drawers? Because they're not, I mean, it's worthless. Okay. So, as I said, I can't close this. And the reason why I bought this system is I had another DeWalt, I think it's like a toolbox station. Great product. Huge. In fact, it was much bigger than the Stanley. It was priced at the same price as theirs. But unfortunately, because the reason why my car was broken into was because of the Stanley. I'm sorry, I apologise. Because of the DeWalt. And the reason being that big station, tool station, which was on wheels, it's one of their products that's on wheels, had a massive yellow band, not just on the front, but also on the back of the toolbox. So when you had it in the car, normally I would place the Stanley on its front, which has got the yellow on the front. In the dark, nobody can see it, even if they look through the window. But because the yellow was on the big, massive yellow on the back, anybody walking past, look into the car, they could see this yellow. I was, you know, bright as day. It was like jewel to a magpie, and that's what happened. Broke in, took all my tools that were in the bucket, my drills. I must have had 4 or 5 drills, different types. I had my multi-tool, which was fantastic. Everything, all the tools that I needed, the charger, the lot. And because I used this DeWalt, which had this massive, big yellow nonsense around it and on the back, and all my tools went. So I thought, you know what, I'll go for this stack system, so that because they didn't go into the back of the I had a cover and at the back of the car, so because it was a smash and grab basically. But if I thought, if I've got this, I can, you know, dismantle this, put it into the back of the car much more easier. And also, you know, the yellow is on the front, just like the Stanley, nothing on the back. So, you know, if I had it in the car, I could hide it a little bit easier if I didn't have much space in the back. And I was going to, when I saved up, to get the trolley. The trolley is the big business end of £100 and over. Now, someone's going to say, why would you spend that kind of money on a trolley? Because it's you know, it's DeWalt. Because it's collapsible, you know, very well collapsible, and I've seen it open up, and, you know, you can collapse it and put it in the back of your car easily and store it away. I've got a trolley at the moment. It's basically useless. It's broken on one side, and it does work a little bit. I think that the DeWalt one would work better. But anyway, so, you know, I'm disappointed that even, see, underneath here, I can feel there's a ridge, something underneath here, in the middle here, and here as well. Now, doesn't matter what tools you've got, could get caught. Again, there could be a massive ridges, just like, you know, here. These ridges here. What are they? To strengthen the thing? Why couldn't it have just been one sheet of plastic? You know, just one sheet. What's all this ridge? I suppose it's part of the mechanism of this. But fine, that's fine. But this could have been flat and not all these ridges here. Because obviously with the tools, I've got screwdrivers, I've got cutters in this second one. What am I supposed to put in there? You know? They've obviously got caught, or something's got caught on here, and I can't open, look. Can't shut it. So I'm going to now have to try and, I don't know, somehow prise it open. Or if I can't, I'm going to take it back to where I bought it and say, there you go, what are you going to do about it? They may have to cut it open to get my tools out and then give me a new one. But I have to be honest with you, I'm seriously disappointed, which is a shame, because that's the other reason I bought this. I assumed that this was going to be well designed, so this kind of problem won't occur, and I would have this product for, you know. Funny enough, I had the Stanley for 3 years, and even with all the breakages that I had on the side here, the black clips were broken, still use it. In fact, I've still got the toolbox. And it shuts. I think they've got a similar problem with the little ridges here, and I sometimes find it difficult to shut, but it does shut. I've got just a few tools. I've got my hammer and my long drills, and I was looking at getting another one of these to replace it. If I do get one, depending on what the outcome of this, it will just be another bucket of this, but bigger than the other one that was on top that I showed you before. I think than this. Let me just get it. Than this one. So it will be the T-stack system, but it will be much deeper, because here, as you can see, it doesn't go. It's not very deep. That's the depth it goes. It's not very deep, unfortunately. So I might be getting, it just depends on how this gets fixed and how it gets sorted. But unfortunately, you know, I don't want to really put it down on, but I am very, a little bit disappointed in this, because these are quite expensive in comparison to other stacks, you know, other systems. So I thought this should have been seen at the design stage. You know, I mean, that's, let's say you can see that I'm trying to show you the depth. It's not hugely deep. I mean, or that's the depth of it, there to there. So yeah, it's not huge. So there's another one. I think it sits up a lot more of a bucket. I mean, the reason why I got this as well is I wanted to be able to get quick access to, see a screwdriver, it's there. See cutters, they're there. See fuses, they're there. You know, what is it am I supposed to put in there that won't catch on in underneath? You know, this is a toolbox. It should have been better designed. They know that people put their tools in here, so you know it should have been a little bit better. You know, when it was designed. There's the handle for this. So when you shut this, you know, you can let's have a look. You can lift it, you know, from here as well as on the top. So you've got two handles there, great, you know. But this one, see, not able to shut. So I have to say I'm sorry, but I'm not impressed with this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. You know, maybe I have to, maybe, you know, because I bought this, it's less than 6 months, probably 7 months, and I'm, you know, I think I'm entitled to just take this back and ask for my money back and look for something else for one of the other competitors. So there you go. The Stanley stack system. I mean, it is good, and just be aware if you're going to get one and you determined to get one. I can feel there is definitely, there's a gap there, there's a gap there. Why is there a gap? Why isn't flat plastic all the way through so that things don't, you know, jump up and fall out the back? I'm just trying to think. There must be a way of designing so that stuff don't get at the very, very back. And if you can't, then at least there should, see that, I can't show you. That is enough gap to stop, you know, fairly small screwdrivers from getting through. And so the underneath of this should be flat plastic, so that it, you know, stuff can't bounce up and get into the groove to get at the very back to then stop this from shutting. So anyway, a bit of disappointment in the box. Would I say someone to buy it? If you're going to buy it, be aware of that problem. That's all I can say. Just be a little bit aware of that. This is definitely worth it. You can get this, as I say, much bigger, and it's bucket. That's great. That's fine. It's just these sliding drawer ones is where the problem is. Anyway, I hope this helps someone. Thanks for watching.